Everybody was there when it came to Atlanta. So when DC seen, I guess when DC seen Spoken Reason, they chopped it up and everything was cool. Like, you congratulate him on his success and all that extra stuff. The nigga, after they left, World Star interviews Spoken Reasons, and Spoken Reasons was dogging DC, talking about how he ain't funny, all this extra stuff and all this extra stuff. So DC like, and nigga, I was just with you, and you wasn't doing all this. You know what I'm saying? So now that we not together, nigga, you telling lies and saying all this extra stuff. So DC like, nigga, when I see you, like, it's on and popping, nigga. You lame as hell for what you did. DC even called the nigga. They recorded the conversation. Spoken Reason was shook. The nigga was like, all this extra stuff. So now that's DC reason for, you know what I'm saying, like, beefing with this nigga. He got their own beef. So now years have gone by. I've tried to reach out. He wasn't trying to hear none of that. The nigga was on his high horse. After that movie, he did the movie comedy, you couldn't reach it. You couldn't reach him. So I'm like, damn, like, I have to take that L. Like, I can't do nothing about it. Whatever, that's years ago, leave it alone. This nigga, now, here's how the nigga got on Wild 'N Out. A couple months ago, now mind you, it's been like, I don't know, I don't want to get my math wrong, but it's been like 4, maybe more, I think like 5 years, 6 years since me and him has spoke. I get a random tag on Instagram that the nigga is dogging me on his Instagram. Spoken Reasons dogging me on Instagram. This is like five years later. And I'm like, damn, like, this nigga still like dogging me, bro. Like, for what? I haven't spoke to this nigga in so long. Like, I let that go. Like, why is my name still in his mouth? I go to his page. He talking about like, oh, you know, I birthed these niggas. Y'all niggas want to talk about Emmanuel Hudson. I put that nigga on his first plane. We ain't gonna discuss that though. We ain't gonna tell you how he came up. And just saying all this extra stuff. And I'm just like, bro, like, this nigga really, 6 years later, this nigga still got my name in his mouth, bro. And he's still like, and I've let it go. You know what I'm saying? I decided to let it go. So the fact that this nigga still making videos about me, I'm like, bro, like, this nigga must want me to, like, really put hands on him. So I still didn't say anything. I let him have it. Didn't want to give him attention. Like, all right, whatever. He obviously doing this. Let me just leave him alone. Then the nigga start going off on Nick. The nigga was dogging everybody. He was just like, yo, I burped half them niggas on stage, this, that, and the third. Like, he was calling the Nick, and I quote, calling Nick like, bitch, like, you stole it. You stole spoken word Sundays from me. My name is Spoken Reed. He just like doing all the extra stuff for attention. That's why I told y'all in the beginning, when he got on Wild 'N Out, it was never a setup. That nigga did that to himself. The way he got on there, he asked for that. This nigga even got the beefing with showrunners and executives of Wild 'N Out. Everybody was about to like literally fight. Niggas trying to have secret locations to fight and all this extra stuff. And this nigga, he's just doing all of this. So imagine my surprise when I find out they let the nigga on Wild 'N Out. Nigga, I went to Nick and the showrunners, and I'm like, yo, are y'all serious? Like, y'all beefing with this nigga? Like, y'all know he only doing that for attention. So my agent reached out to me like, yo, they're getting ready to have Spoken Reasons on Wild 'N Out. Do you not want to be on that episode, or do you not want him on that episode? Like, we can make, you know, accommodations for you. I'm like, I'm not finna stop anybody from getting their shine or getting their money. If that nigga want to come on Wild 'N Out, that's on him. Like, I'm not finna tell y'all don't let him on there because I'm feeling uncomfortable. No, I ain't with all that. Let that nigga do what he do. Let him get his shine. It is what it is. But I'm not gonna say nothing to him, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I asked. I was like, what happened if I punched the nigga? Like, can I punch him? And then she was like, well, you can, but then he's liable to sue you, Tyler Perry Studios, because that's where it was shot at, Wild 'N Out, and just, you know, he could just sue everybody. So in the end, this nigga end up winning. So I'm like, dang, well, can I punch him at the hotel? Cause I don't care if they sue the hotel. And she was like, well, the hotel off limits, you can do whatever you want. And I'm just like, all right, cool. But she's like, I suggest you don't do that because you could ruin your career and all this extra stuff, just whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. It is what it is. So I go to the executives and Nick, I'm like, I can't believe y'all letting this man on the show. And even Nick bigged him up. He was like, hey man, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do him like that. If he's saying he was supposed to be on the show, I'm gonna bring him on the show, see what he got. And if y'all wanna go at him, then go at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now the day of Wildin' Out. Now the day of Wildin' Out. The nigga, I'm upstairs in the dressing room getting dressed. All I see, I'm down there buttoning my shirt or doing whatever. All I see is a fist like this. Just like come in my view. And when I look up, it's this dragonfly looking at nigga with his hand out like this, like, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro? You good? So I dap him, you know, being professional. We at the workplace. I'm like, yeah, man. So the tension, you can, like, everything just got quiet. You can hear the tension in the building. So now I'm like, I'm tense. I'm like, I'm like, dawg, be professional. Don't let this affect what you got going on. So we on stage, whatever. Honestly, I said what I said. But just to clear everything up, that's the reason why the tension was there, because let me let y'all know something. And I'm not making this crap up. Spoken Reasons, from what I've been told and from what I know and what I experienced with this man has literally been like dogging people and scamming people. Style. Do y'all know niggas been coming out of nowhere? People been coming out of nowhere like rape victims of Bill Cosby, saying, yo, this nigga, I too am a victim of Spoken Reason. And they have proof. That's the crazy thing. So I ain't gonna out them just for their names and stuff, but this nigga been doing this to people. But they no one is ever speaking on it. And if they decide to come out, like, just know it's gonna be like the R. Kelly victim and the Bill Cosby victim. Niggas be coming out the woodworks. I too have been scammed by Spoken Reasons. So I'm just living my truth, and I'm letting y'all know it's all right. It's all right to come on out. It's all right. Now, anyway, so the wild style happened on stage. That explains why didn't nobody jump in or things like that. Cause for what? Let that nigga get his issue. Now, you gotta imagine how I feel after, like, I don't know, 5 years of going, like, taking the high road, not saying nothing to this nigga, watching him do all this extra stuff, and actually watching the world, like, eat this video up alive. Like, I think it was 2 years